Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check. Mic check. All right. We're live and in full effect. All right, we're good. Shalom, shalom. When it turns to the east, we're getting a lesson off by turning to the east, giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Power, Kakadash. Double blessing, honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Coming back at y'all with another camp lesson through the spirit, as I normally do. It's a pretty nice day here in Babylon. Still waiting on more destruction to come. But as far as the weather, it's not too cold today. The sun is out, so can't complain about that. At least I'm not out here freezing my tail off like I have been in previous lessons. So, you know how these lessons go. Typically, I'll pull out, or I'll talk about the events that's been occurring and going on in the news this past week. The biggest event really being Donald Trump taking office, starting on Monday. So this is pretty much we going through almost his first week in office. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that, but I'm not really going to be bringing out no scriptures regarding these events and whatnot that's going on, or tying any of these events. The main topic for today's lesson is going to be talking about the end times / Jacob's trouble, and then what's going to happen precede or following that, Salaki. Not preceding, but succeeding that. Basically the restoration of Israel and going into the kingdom. So, Lord willing, the lesson be edifying to you all out there listening and watching. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, a lot of things happened in the news this week, and I'm gonna talk about the things that I at least heard of or seen and whatnot. I know I'm not gonna be able to cover every single thing, but I'm gonna bring out as much as I can and as much as I've seen or heard of. So, yeah, man. Actually, Salaki, let me see something real quick. Because there was something else I wanted to get. Georgia. It's been an increase of racist acts going on since Trump has gotten into office, which is, you know what I'm saying, a good thing. This could lead to race wars and whatnot, civil war, nation against nation. It's an increase, really, man. And it's showing more and more that these Edomites, these so-called white people, do not fuck with you, Jake. One of the first things that Donald Trump enacted or executed on his first day in office was to, you know what I'm saying, state a national emergency at the border. And ICE pretty much has done what they said they was gonna do. They rounding up these immigrants. They starting to deport them. Trump is basically giving them full range to go into these so-called, I don't want to say private places, but you know, schools and offices and whatnot and jobs, and coming around you, your Northern Kingdomers up, pretty much. Bro. So, he also said he's gonna bring back the 1970 or 1798, what was that, Aliens Act. And he's implementing that, basically meaning that he has full range. He has full range to send back any illegal immigrants or anybody that is not a U.S. citizen, whether that be someone who is an illegal alien, whether that be someone that was their parents came over here and had them be born here. So basically, he's getting rid of that birthright act that you all, you know what I'm saying, have been using. And he's basically saying he don't want no Northern Kingdomers in here. But I mean, some reports said, I seen that he was gonna try and well, actually, I'm not even gonna say that. It's more so Northern Kingdom that's being targeted. You really don't hear nothing about the Elamites, the so-called Indians, the Moabites, the so-called Chinese, or the Ammonites, the so-called Japanese, or any other foreigners for that matter. So they're not worried about deportation. They worried about getting you niggas out of here. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a lot of people there. Okay, another thing that just happened, you know, what was that, in December? CEO of United Healthcare was killed in broad daylight. Then just recently you have the vice president of Citibank was flattened and beaten to death in her apartment. So you had that happen as well. It's reported that 670,000 people that live in NYC are illegal immigrants, and they're gonna seek to deport them as well, man. So you have that going on. You have the Air Force being involved in this. They're saying that they got planes and whatnot that they're gonna use to ship those people back to where they came from. And on top of that, Mexico is saying, nah, we're not gonna let y'all land these planes. So, hey, that could be somewhat of a conflict as well. You never know. You have a United States citizen who was killed at the border by the cartel. You know, Donald Trump has been seeking to get rid of these Mexican cartels and whatnot because they've been bringing in drugs and whatnot into the United States through the southern border, which is why he is bringing this border crisis. You have Trump threatening Russia with sanctions, well, not sanctions, but tariffs on any type of Russian supplies that they're going to try and bring into America if they do not stop the Ukrainian war. So that as well is going on. So you're seeing the full pride and spirit of these Edomites, man. If you don't know, Russia has the most nuclear warheads in the entire world, and Russia is pretty much America's biggest rival. And we know what the scriptures say about that God is gonna come against America, Babylon the Great. So You have eggs and chicken. Eggs and chicken being recalled. You got the bird flu that jump. That bird flu. They rolling out those cures or shot or Salakia. Almost caught me. You have those jump shots. They're rolling out those as well. They're having farmers euthanize their animals, man, because of this. They saying that it's starting to become a problem as far as with the chickens and whatnot. It's starting to infect them, and they don't want it to infect humans. So they starting to roll out with that. They telling people that you can go ahead and get that as well. I think most of the people from last time, with the last thing that went on, they kind of they not buying. They not gonna buy into that. So they're gonna have to come with something harder. Yeah, man. These farms are having to euthanize lots of animals and whatnot. I believe one report I seen said like 30,000. You had the Israeli ceasefire. They slowly been releasing hostages and whatnot, but they still, you know what I'm saying, blowing shit up in Gaza. So that war, yeah, it's gonna continue to happen, man. I believe it said they were able to capture like 70% of Syria's water or something like that. The Israeli government over there in Syria. Then you have the UK. They got the digital ID rolling out, man. So that should be a sign to you that, hey, you got the UK rolling out digital ID. Australia already got the point system going on. It's just a matter of time before these things come to America, man. Even though Trump just said that he's gonna ban digital currency in America, man. You gotta think, man. All of these terrible things is happening around the world. America, Babylon the Great, the Virgin Babylon, hasn't been affected by these things yet. So the American people are living in a state of calmness. You know, they don't think that these things can happen to America, because America has never seen no forms of calamity whatsoever. But it's just a matter of time before these things come. You know, Elon Musk, he ended up doing a little Nazi salute during his little speech, and he also said that he plans to implant 1,000 brain chips by 2026, with, I think it was either around 100 to 300 coming this year. So it's only a matter of time before they roll out their RFID, that market, that, you know what I'm saying, the mark of the beast. You have, yep. Donald Trump saying he's gonna expose the JFK and MLK files. You know, that the CIA, because you know they was behind that and all that stuff. That's probably one of the main reasons why the CIA was trying to do everything they could not to get Donald Trump into office. They said they was gonna try and do everything they could to stop it. As well as the end of the DEI programs. He just overturned a bill that was enacted in, like, what, the 1960s, to where you couldn't discriminate against race, gender, or sex. So he just overturned that. So that's done away with. You got more LA fires in the northern LA area. And they started to calm those down, but there was another, well, I'm not gonna say another, but wildfires were spreading over there. So there's a lot of things going on. There's just another earthquake, I believe, in over there in California, as well as on the East Coast, a little bit south of New Jersey. Yep. Oh yeah, then you have Stargate, which is this like AI program that Donald Trump is trying to invest $500 billion into, which I want to go into that actually, so I can give y'all a little bit more information on What? What is the Stargate Project? A massive AI infrastructure initiative. Largest AI infrastructure project by far in history. It's a partnership between OpenAI, SoftBank, Oracle, and MGX. Its goal is to construct sites throughout the U.S. to develop, power, deploy, and maintain AI technology. And he said it's supposed to bring up 100,000 new jobs. This infrastructure will secure American leadership in AI, create hundreds of thousands of jobs for Americans, and generate massive economic benefit for the entire world. Also, I forgot, Trump is trying to remove the U.S. from the WHO, the World Health Economic Forum, or Salakia, World Health Organization. I was thinking about the WEF. And he removed U.S. troops from NATO allies. So we know that NATO and the UN is starting to fall apart, man. A divided kingdom cannot stand. A kingdom divided by itself cannot stand. If Satan is divided against Satan, man. So that's what's happening, man. In the news. So now we can get into the scriptures, man. Now that I've covered all the things I want to talk about as far as that. Now, with seeing all of these immigrants, so-called immigrants, and these Northern Kingdom people starting to be deported, Jake is starting to get scared, man. You have a lot of Jakes getting scared because the things that we've been saying to them is actually starting to take place. Or not even starting to, but it's starting to unfold in front of their eyes. Which I did a lesson on that before. So I want to start off with this. All right, so this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 5. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. So the spirit of these people, which nothing has really happened yet that's really bad. We're not even in Jacob's trouble yet. Everything is going on. Life is still normal. People are still able to do their daily activities and daily jobs. But see, when Jacob's trouble does happen, or when these things start to happen, shit hits the fan, these people are going to be overcome with fear. Okay? They're going to be like a woman. They're going to have their hands pressed against their hips like a woman that's giving birth. And their faces are going to turn pale. They're going to turn white as snow, right? And let's get verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Jacob's trouble is going to be a time that's going to come upon the earth, Babylon the Great, really, America. Because that's where the multitude of the Israelites are. It's going to come upon this place, and it's going to be like a time that's never been seen before on the earth. It's going to be worse than slavery, worse than the Trail of Tears, worse than American Indian Wars, whatever you want to call it, Jim Crow, to transatlantic slave trade, to race riots, worse than the Purge, than what? Any type of apocalyptic movie you could think of, it's gonna be worse than that. Salaki, it's gonna be worse than that. Okay? But it's gonna be so bad of a trouble. So this is gonna be my second point of the lesson. But he shall be saved out of it. So I'm gonna talk about who those people are that's gonna be saved out of it. Because the time is gonna be so bad that if the Lord didn't shorten the days for a certain specific people, which is the elect of Israel, everyone will perish. Right? So let me get Daniel chapter 12. And at that time, this is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, and every one that shall be found written in the book. So, like we just read, man, there's going to be a time of trouble that has never been seen since there was a nation of people on the earth. Now, you have people saying, man, what's going to be worse than slavery? What's going to be, man, ain't nothing going to be worse than slavery. Well, you got to think, bro. Esau Edom got all different types of technology and different weapons they can use against you that they didn't have back in slavery. They have all these different types of technologies that they could use on your ass, Jake. They're going to seek to destroy you. While y'all want to be buddy and friends and love and save the so-called white man, Esau Edom, they're going to be seeking to destroy you niggas. And them deporting these northern kingdomers, the house of Israel, like it. That's just like this is almost like foreshadowing to Jacob's trouble, because this is persecution. Really, this is persecution, man. They driving y'all away, chasing y'all out. But y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all still don't get it, man. Let's read on. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. So when we get down to the nitty-gritty, when we're in the end times, the latter days, because we're in the end times, we're in the latter days, but I mean like the end. The Lord's gonna wake up or bring back spirits on the earth, the wickedest of the wickedest and the righteousness of the righteous, because this is you know what I'm saying, the end of the movie. This is the grand finale. So the Lord gonna bring wicked spirits back. Could be for a day, could be for, you know what I'm saying, some short period of time, just so they can be destroyed in the nuclear destruction. And then you have vice versa, the righteous side, who he might bring back for short period of time or however long, and just bring them back just so they can be beamed up into chariots. Okay? This is verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. So let's talk about, you know what I'm saying, the prophets and whatnot, the brothers out here and the apostles who are out here pushing this truth on the highways and the byways and the hedges, doing these lessons, who have that fiery spirit on them, man. Because all these things that we've been telling these people, where they laughed at us, they scoffed at us, they mocked at us, There's going to come a time where they're going to be seeking to gain knowledge. They're going to be seeking for us, looking for us for answers. I just had that happen to me and a brother, you know what I'm saying, yesterday. People seeing what's going on in the world, they starting to get frightened and whatnot, and they don't have answers. They don't know where to look to, where to turn to. So you're going to see more and more of people like that coming upon you, where the Lord has bestowed a blessing upon us to understand these scriptures, to have the wisdom and understanding, to prophesy, you know, and through that we're gonna shine, we're gonna glow. People are gonna be attracted to us, to our aura, quote unquote, to say. They're gonna know that the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is working with us. They're gonna realize, man, the things that them guys have been saying, it was true all along. They're gonna know that a prophet have been among them. Okay? And that's what this next verse is going into. Verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book even until the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So that's what we're seeing, man. Knowledge is gonna be increased. People are gonna be running to and fro. When it's famine of the word, people are gonna be looking for answers. Man, what's going on, man? What do I supposed to do, man? What? Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other two, the one on the side of the bank of the river, and the other on the side of the bank of the river. And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? We're just talking about Yahushua. So, how long will it be to the end of these wonders, man? We're seeing the signs from the heavens that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is bestowing upon us, and we're counting the days, man. We're counting the days to salvation, man. Ultimately, we just gotta wait, be patient, and keep having a strong amount of faith and enduring to the end. This is Isaiah 13 and verse 1, and it reads, prophecies about Babylon. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones from my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. It's talking about the hopeful elect. The Lord willing, will be of their number. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So he's going to seek to destroy Babylon the Great, America. Judgment on the day of the Lord. Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. So when that day comes, when Yahweh shall come upon the earth, man, people, don't fuck around, have a heart attack. Well, I'm not gonna say that, because heart in this sense will mean mind. But people are gonna be stricken with fear, man. Ultimately, they're gonna be stricken with fear, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth, meaning a woman that's giving birth. They shall be amazed at one another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light, The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the iniquity for their in the Salakia. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. So like I was saying, man, you see the pride, the true pride of Esau Edom unfolding through Donald Trump making threats to, like I said, a country that has the most nuclear weapons in the world. Whereas you have America, whose army is a laughingstock, whose military is a laughingstock, okay? You have shit like that going on. We're gonna restore the golden age of America. We're going into the greatest time period of American history. This is gonna be the greatest 4 years ever, okay? You have shit like that going on. The Lord is about to humble these people, man. Utterly humble them. Because they've gotten a sense of power from the Lord, given to them by the Lord. And they think that they're in control, and then they can escape prophecy. Yeah, Donald Trump saying, man, we're trying to create civilization on Mars. I forgot E.T. said that as well. We got civilization we're trying to push on Mars, man. We're trying to escape to Mars. We're gonna go into these high-def bunkers and all this stuff. Yeah, man. The Lord's you're still gonna have to face judgment. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, in the wrath of Yahweh of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. So that was talking about, that whole time was talking about ancient Babylon, but we can apply that to modern day Babylon, which is America, okay? And those men that will be more precious than fine gold, that's gonna be the prophets, man. The elect, the hopeful elect, man. Those are gonna be the man that's gonna be very precious and sought out after in that day, as it reads in Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. Okay, so them the times we about to come into, man. The Lord is about to lay Babylon the Great to a desolation. America is about to be a desolation, man. A desert that's not gonna be inhabited no more. When you tell people these things, though, you know what I'm saying? They don't see it. Because they got a spirit of blindness on them. Now, let me take Luke chapter 21 and verse 8. And he said, take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, which means the anointed one. And the time draweth near, go ye not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not afraid. Or so like it, be not terrified. For these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. So we're seeing these different signs that are taking place on the earth. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. So like I was saying before, man, expect to see these big casualties, these mass casualties unfold here more and more when we get down to it, man. Okay? We're seeing nation rise against nation. We're seeing earthquakes all over, famines and pestilences. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, meaning in female camps, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake, and they shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what ye shall answer, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. So that's more so talking about the elect, but still, Our people are going to be persecuted, man. We already seeing them be persecuted right now. But all you other people that's living in, you know what I'm saying, in a state of darkness, in a state of rebellion and rejection, y'all should be scared about the things that's about to happen on earth. Us, we're not scared. We're actually happy. We're going to be more and more happy as this shit goes down. Like it reads in 2 Ezra chapter 2, I believe. I believe that's chapter 2. Be not worried for the times. They shall weep, but ye shall be, they shall weep and be sorrowful, but ye shall be merry. Okay? Because ultimately, it's the downfall of this kingdom. It's the end of our captivity. We're getting ready to go into a kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of heaven, where there will be righteousness, there will be no more wickedness. We're gonna actually be able to rule, have our chance to turn to ruling over the nations, like they ruled over us when we was their footstool. You know what I'm saying? But Jake heard this, and they're comfortable with living in spiritual Egypt, man. They're okay with this way of life, as long as they could go to the nail salon, the beauty supply, buy Jordans, eat Popeyes and shit. They okay with that way of life. I'm preaching the Bible. You as well. So yeah, man, Jake is lost. Yeah, Jake is lost. So when all of that shit gets cut off, remember that when all of that shit gets cut off, they're gonna be fucked. Ultimately, they're gonna be fucked. Like I said, that spirit of where's the coming of your Lord, that's gonna be what trips Jacob a lot. Where's the coming of your Lord? Especially because this truth has been going out. These people know when the day of calamity comes, that's what's gonna trip them up. Where's the coming of your Lord? Because you didn't want to take heed. Where's the coming of your Lord? Since the days of old, things have stayed the same. Yep. That's going to be one of the things that's going to trip Jake up. All right, let me go to 2 Ezra. So, yeah, man. Lord put the spirit on that Jake. I seen him when I pulled up to camp today. He put the spirit on them to say something, but not stopping and get this word. So, hey, maybe he will wake up, maybe he won't. It's not for me to determine. But let's get this. Like I was saying, measuring the days of the times. This 2 Ezra 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay? The Lord is sending these plagues upon the earth. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Okay? So the Lord has been saying these things are going to happen. We're just now getting to the part where it happens. Okay? The Lord been said these things are going to happen and come upon the earth. Okay? And the prophets have known these things. It's starting to get rolled out. You know what I'm saying? It's been rolling out. Jake is, like I said, the more that these things increase, the more that Esau Edom is running out of time, man. Revelation 12 and 12. The Lord is putting a spirit on them. The Lord is putting a spirit on them to come down upon the Israelites. The devil cometh down upon you because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So this kingdom has an end. Esau Edom's rulership is coming to an end. as it reads. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. 2 Ezra 6 and 9. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders, and powerful works and endings, and effects and signs. So there are signs that come to show you, you know what I'm saying, the end of a kingdom. As it reads, man, and what is that, Jeremiah 28? The prophets of old have prophesied against great kingdoms of death and famine and destruction and all that stuff, and plagues, roughly paraphrased. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So that's talking about the prophets, the 144,000. Lord willing, we be at that number. Baba Kishah, Baba Kishah, Baba Kishah. Barakatiyah, Barakatiyah Shah. Barakatiyah, Barakatiyah Shah. Barakatiyah, Barakatiyah Shah. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yal Shah. Bashim Harakakudash. Okay? Lord willing, we be at that number. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. And they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. Okay? That's talking about you wicked niggas out here. You know what I'm saying? All you non-believers. You had a chance to repent and turn to the Lord, but you chose not to. The same must know it after death by pain. Okay? The same gonna know it through death by pain. They don't get it. So they don't realize that they have to face judgment. And through that judgment, hey, the Lord is gonna deal with them accordingly. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when. So that's why I just stopped what I was about to even say. Okay? Because I honestly don't care how y'all gonna get judged. Just know that the Lord is gonna judge you according to your works. According to what you did on the earth. Whether you, like it reads, be users of this world, but not abusers, because the fashion of this world is sure to perish. Roughly paraphrased. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. Okay? So the world was created for the righteous. The world was created for Yahweh Shah to rule. Is Yahweh Shah ruling on the earth right now? If I had a watch on, no, Yahweh Shah is not ruling on the earth right now. Okay? The wicked, the left-hand side, is ruling the earth right now. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Covereth the faces of the judges. Okay? So let's read that again, because that was powerful. And therefore be thou not, this is 2 Ezra 9 and 13, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is and for whom the world is created. So like, let me make sure my phone not about to die. Because remember, last camp, yeah, I got cut off short. So this camp, I brought my power pack. So Lord willing, this will give me some juice to go on a little bit longer. Because I ain't even got to what's gonna happen after the destruction. Okay, Lord willing, this power pack works. Yeah, you see, I gotta hurry up, man. I'm gonna have to break this up into two videos or something, because this power pack not working. I just went from 40. I can't stand Esau Edom, man. I just went from 44% to 40% in a matter of a minute. Okay? But it's okay. These scriptures still gonna come out. I don't care if my phone die. Shit. It's still gonna come out. Alright. I have to speed this up. So those are the times it's about to come upon the earth, man. I only got a few more scriptures I'm gonna read from that though. Yeah. Then answered I and said, I have said before how and now do speak and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop. So it's going to be more. It's the reason why it says only a remnant shall be saved. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be very few that are, compared to how many are going to perish on earth, it's going to be very few that will be saved. Look at Esau Edom, man, going to work. Hold up. Yeah, go ahead and turn it to the rear. Look at Esau Edom going to work, man. You can't make it up. Yeah, they just doing their job, their daily dose of wickedness, man. Yeah, this nigga out here throwing up and shit. Anyways. Yep, only got a few more scriptures to read. 2 more on the destruction. Revelation 20 and verse 10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. So the devil that deceived them is a so-called white man. These Edomites, them higher ups, them elite, them the upper echelon. Where the beast, which is the system, the Roman Empire, and the false prophet, the beast that makes up the Roman Empire, so like is the NATO and the EU, which I said they warring at each other right now. And the whore that rides that beast is Babylon the Great, which is America. The false prophet, you know what I'm saying? The Vatican, or so like the Roman Catholic Church, you know, because they're the ones who deceived everyone with this religious shit, painted the faces of the images, all that stuff, changed us, man. Deceived everybody, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Forever and ever. Esau Edom has a terrible ending in Obadiah 1. Terrible. That's why I say I look at my skin, the Wadi Yahab Shimei Arshad, that I'm an Israelite and not an Edomite, because they have a terrible downfall. The Lord is going to have indignation with them forever. He's going to cast them off of the earth. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High Power, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of things, or the book of life, Salaki. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. So everybody's gonna face judgment depending on what they did and how they lived on earth. That's why I say there's no way out of it. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death, right? So the second death is going to be the lake of fire and brimstone, which is going to burn and lay Babylon the Great desolate through those ICBMs that Russia will be sending over here, those arrows. And that just proves that hell is a state, is a condition, not a place. Because how can hell be cast into quote unquote hell, as in, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of this place burning. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. Meaning, the people that are written into the book of life are the elect, the 1/3, innumerable multitude, as well as the 144,000, the prophets. Then I have Revelation 21. Okay, I got one precept from here. But this is Revelation 21:8. But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Okay? So, all of those people who fit that category are also going to take their place in the lake of fire. And really, that lake of fire and brimstone, that's more so for Esau, Edom. That's really their destruction, as well as, you know what I'm saying, the other nations. More so Esau, Edom. Jake, they gonna get dealt with in Jacob's trouble. The majority of Jake, and if they survive, even if they survive that, they gonna still take their part in the lake of fire. So, yeah, like I said, there is no way out of this one. You're done. Okay. Now, let's talk about the restoration of Israel. So in the midst of that going on, let's read what's going to happen to the elect, courtesy of Zechariah 13 and verse 8. I love how I could just swipe and the screen move with these gloves on, man. And my fingers are starting to get cold. Zechariah 13 and 8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. So the 2/3 is you wicked niggas. Anyone that is against the Lord, rebellious, whatnot, non-believers that are Israelites. And it shall come to pass, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name. You have to have the names. You have to have the true names in order to call on them, which is Yahweh, which means He exists in the ancient Hebrew, the Lashawan Kodash, the Holy Tongue. Wah, which means and, Yahweh Shah, which means He is salvation, or Yahweh is salvation. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is the Most High Power, or is my God. Okay? So, the elect is going to be beamed up, courtesy of the chariots, and we're going to be hidden in the day of the Lord's wrath, you know what I'm saying, when those ICBMs come down, and they're going to look up and see the chariots, and they're going to stop what they're doing and try and fight them in battle, and they won't succeed, which is talking about, you know what I'm saying, Michael the archangel, when I read Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. So, Lord willing, we be at that number. The elect will be beamed up into the chariots. We will be safe, and we'll be able to watch the destruction of Babylon the Great. So let me get that. That's Matthew 24 and verse 29. Let me go with the snot bubbles again. Oh man, that's funny. It's a lot. So, There we go. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. We read that, remember that? And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, which is Yahushua. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So all the tribes of the earth, meaning everybody on the earth, is going to mourn. Like I said, some people, they're going to have heart attacks. Their heart's going to fail them. They're going to be in great fear and sorrow once they see Yahushua crack them clouds. And that big ass chariot, like in Independence Day. So yeah, the clouds will be the chariots, because you know that those are the ships of Yahushua. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So he's going to gather the elect through the chariots. They're going to be beamed up throughout the four corners of the earth, where the elect are, wherever the elect are, because, you know, we've been scattered among the nations. All right. So once we get beamed up, we're going to, you know what I'm saying? Lord willing, we be at that number, of course. Baba Kashah. We going to be able to watch the destruction of this place. Israel's taunt is Isaiah 14. Verse 1, for Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. So that's talking about the kingdom, where we go back into the Holy Land. That's a pretty color. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh, for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So when you read this, you still, you know what I'm saying, I don't understand how people say, oh, there's not going to be slavery in the kingdom of heaven. You think you're going to rule over the other nations? What did we just read? Have this taken place yet? Have the Israelites returned to their Holy Land? Because the people that's in the Holy Land right now aren't even the Israelites. If that was the case, there wouldn't be war going on, right? It's verse 3. It shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. So again, when did they serve in hard bondage? I recall us going into slave ships and coming over here and being slaves, okay? That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressed ceased, the gold city ceased? So, you know what I'm saying, we're going to be able to taunt them in that day, man. Make fun of them. How did y'all kingdom come? You know what I'm saying? How did y'all kingdom come to fail? Let's talk about that. You was talking all that stuff. Oh, I'm going to save America. We're going into the golden age, the greatest 4 years of all of this other stuff. So how you weren't able to stop the things you said you was going to stop? Since you so big and mighty and stuff, you know what I'm saying? The Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Okay, so that's what's gonna follow. Now let me get this regarding the kingdom of heaven, the divine kingdom. Daniel chapter 2 and verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the most high power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest that stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, you know what I'm saying? That big stone is talking about that chariot that Ezra saw in his visions. that stone came and crushed the feet of the statue that Daniel saw. The feet are the divided kingdom. You know what I'm saying? The kingdom that was mixed with iron and clay, which is this kingdom we're in right now, Babylon the Great, the divided kingdom. The feet. And that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold. The great Most High Power hath made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. Yeah, so the Lord's kingdom is going to be divine, and it's going to rule forever. It's not going to become a kingdom after that. And this is just, you know what I'm saying, a sign how you know you potentially could be of the hopeful elect. Yeah, concubine. And that's all I'm going to say. And keep it pushing. Matthew chapter 19 in verse 27. Salakia. Then answered Peter and said, call Allah Yahweh Shem Al Shah 144. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Now that's talking about the apostles. Okay? The 12 apostles. And everyone that has forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Okay? So a lot of brothers have testimonies of them having to cut off friendships, leave behind their old ways, to, you know what I'm saying, be brought into this truth, man. Be brought into the life. Try and live and seek a righteous life. You know what I'm saying? We all have those testimonies. And through that, Lord willing, we be of the elect of that 144,000. You know what I'm saying? According to the scriptures, we will receive 100-fold for doing that. You know what I'm saying? We set aside things. We said, fuck all that, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to follow Yahweh Shem Al Shah. Okay? We've been called to do something, and the Lord have bestowed a blessing upon us to be able to understand these scriptures. You feel me? Okay? All right. This is 2nd Ezra 2 and verse 42. This is talking about, you know what I'm saying, when we get there, Lord willing, we be at that number, of course. Yahushua giving the 144,000 their crowns, man. And I'm gonna be wrapping up soon, cause let me see. Yeah, I only got 15%, so well, I got after this 2 more scriptures. Baba Kashah can make it. 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 42. I, Ezra, saw upon Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praise Yahweh Bashem Yahushua with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High Power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Now are they crowned and receive palms. That's talking about, you know what I'm saying, when we get those crowns, we get those new bodies, man. We're going to be out of these fleshly, worldly bodies. We're going to get them new bodies, man. Lord willing, we'll be of that number. We're going to get them new bodies, man. Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 10. All right, spell Jeremiah wrong. Verse 9, but they shall serve Yahweh their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity, which is, you know what I'm saying, the elect that's over here in Babylon the Great. This is where we served our captivity and still are serving it. And Jacob shall return and shall be in rest and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. So we're going to be at peace, man, when we get to the kingdom of heaven. But for now, we got to keep on pushing and enduring to the end. And let me get this. This is my last precept, and I'm going to end it off. It's Amos chapter 9 and verse 13. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed. And the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith Yahweh, the Most High Power. So, the Lord, once we get to the kingdom, we get back to that Holy Land, there's going to be a place where we're never uprooted again, man. So, the Lord willing, this lesson was edifying as well as exhorting to those who are listening and watching. I'm going to close it off there. Turn to the east, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Harakak Wadash. Double blessings and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us the truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, I say Shalom, Israel, Shalom.